We are minutes away from kicking off here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus, round 12 of the Betfred Super League. The Dragons against the Wolves. Take it away, Stuart Pike.
Thank you, Brian. A third big clash, of course, between the two sides. In the opening 12 rounds, a fixture anomaly. Well, it's all to our benefit. Should be a cracker and a chance for Warrington to set the record straight and maybe, just maybe, show off those title credentials. We shall see. A big 80 minutes ahead. Catalan and Warrington both knowing a win here and they will go level with Saints at the top of the table.
Yeah, good evening, Stuart, and good evening to everyone at home as well. Well, Warrington Wolves bounce into this game off the back of good, consistent wins. And for the Catalan Dragons, well, they've got it all to do coming up against Sam Bergman, but there's an error early on. James Harrison, yeah, just spills the ball 20 metres or so away from his own line. And the first opportunity inside of 44 seconds goes to the Catalan Dragons.
Well, he just can't afford to do that. Busquets in with a tackle, big tackle, along with Bailey Sirenin. But the battle of the packs will be intriguing. Just to confirm, yes, Mike McMeekin picking up a hand injury. He was in the original starting 13, which means Busquets is off the bench. Seguier will be on the bench to make his 100th career appearance. But here is Romano, and here is an early opportunity for Catalan. In the sunshine in the south of France, Alex da Costa deputising for the injured Michael McAlorum. Busquets, and they're that close to the Warrington line in the first 2 minutes of this game. Here is Farge, room outside maybe. The wingers lethal, well, you've got to say, for both sides. Hewlett and Ashton and Davis and Tom Johnston. Big defensive set needed here for Warrington, and it could be a knock-on from Ikebalu. So first mistake from Warrington, second mistake from the Dragons, and well, it's a 100-mile-an-hour start, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. Just a poor option there from Ikebalu. He just sees an opportunity to squeeze over there, but he dislodges the ball, and Warrington Wolves and James Harrison particularly, they breathe a sigh of relief, Stuart. But it's important that when you're over in Catalan and you're playing in the heat, you've got to get that completion rate as high as you can. Of course, if you look back to that demolition of the Huddersfield Giants, they completed, Stuart, at 94%, only made 3 errors in the whole game, and they're going to need that here this afternoon.
Well, Catalan pushing the scrum, it nearly worked. But Warrington have the ball back, early stages. Wembley and the Cup final, 2 weeks away. A big showdown in Super League, live on Sky Sports with Wigan next weekend. And so the conversation that the boys were having before, Sam Burgess determined to put out his #1 side in both games. Well, they're making strides here with Duffy.
Yeah, this is where Warrington have been exceptional. Duffy's away.
Brilliant from Duffy, he's been superb this season. A bit like George Williams, Matt Duffy given permission to roam. Here is Paul Vaughan.
Oh, that's another mistake.
And the ball goes to ground. Well, the good, the bad, and the ugly in the opening stages.
It sure is. You know, 3.5 minutes gone on the clock and 3 errors. And it's Paul Vaughan. He's claiming that Theo Farge, just gets a left arm to it, but he has a responsibility, Stuart, to hold that ball. And it's Catalan Dragons, but exceptional work. You know, a couple of plays beforehand from Matt Duffy. 213 metres last week from 20 carries. And he's showing threatening signs once again. Warrington Wolves willing to move the ball early and deep inside their own half, and it nearly paid dividends.
Oh, terrific start. In some way, the mistakes have added to the drama, haven't they? 4 minutes in, 0-0. 16-10 it was at Stade Gilbert Brutus in round 1. 32-24. Just 5 weeks later at the Halliwell Jones. Interesting move, Warrington coming over, flying over the morning after their Challenge Cup win over Huddersfield. A week in the south of France. team bonding, team building. Will it pay off today? Good offload though. Garcia, big boost for Steve McNamara and the Dragons to have their captain back. Missed the win over Leeds, so influential Ben Garcia. Last tackle to Costa, they go the short side. Abdul now. It's a good take.
That's a super take there from Matt Duffy, yeah. Just climbs high, a decent escort in and around him as well through Fulis. The referee's called play on here. He's just infield, just.
Well, that was nearly a really poor mistake from Matt Duffy.
But it's an exceptional place for Catalan Dragons to turn the ball over. There's a player down in back play.
Ulrich de Costa, I think it is.
And Roderick Ty, he's carrying.
Well, yep.
And de Costa comes off second best. But I was just going to make the point that for Jordan Abdul, his kicking game, his quality of the highest standard really across Super League, and he's able to put that ball 30 or 40 centimetres off the try line, right in the corner. Just makes it incredibly difficult, Stuart, for the away side to get any momentum. Those carries out of the corner, the tough ones to do, but Ty goes in. And he just bounces de Costa off him. He might have to leave the field.
Well, this will be a big blow. They've got Jaden Nikarima, who'll come on to replace Ulrich de Costa, you would think, but losing McLaurin with a knee injury, and to lose de Costa within the first 5 or 6 minutes will be a huge blow for the Catalan Dragons.
And then you throw into that, Stuart, Mike McMeekin just before the game with that hand injury. Plenty of disruption for Steve McNamara and his men, but sometimes in adverse times you get your best results. The Catalan Dragons, of course, yet to lose a home game in Super League, Stu.
Yeah, absolutely. They've beaten Warrington, Hull, Castleford, Saints, Hull KR and Leeds. The only defeat came in the Challenge Cup against Huddersfield. What a job Sam Burgess has done. People talk about man management for such a young and inexperienced coach. That's what I'm hearing out of the Warrington camp. That he you talked about the aura that he has wherever he stepped into a room, but he really does. And here come the Wolves again.
This is what I like about the Warrington Wolves under Sam Burgess. Just that authority for the key players to move the ball whenever they wish. And look what it's done. 2 players, and they've just rolled 30 metres down the field, and they're going to get a kick away here.
Williams it is. Tom Johnston tie in with the tackle along with Hewless. Here is Romano now for the Catalan Dragons. 0-0, 7 minutes gone, but it's been a brutal opening 7 or 8 minutes, hasn't it, at the Stade Gilbert Brutus, all that you would expect.
Yeah, it's up there potentially for one of the games of the season thus far. Bousquet moved the ball through Farge, short pass.
But Theo Farge has missed the last 2. Key component for the Catalan Dragons. Ikebalu looking for a way through. Here is Garcia now. They go the short side, and Farge thinks a little kick downfield, and well taken by the dangerous Duffy.
Yeah, Theo Farge just looking to thread the needle for Artyom Morg. Well, Matt Duffy poised and ready in the right position just to deny that threat. Walker.
And what a difference he's made. I mean, you alluded to it at the start. He's had to play second fiddle for some time to Darrell Clark, but Danny Walker has just got a real confidence and belief about him.
He's doing both sides of the game incredibly well in season 24. His ability to choose and select when to run, but then that steeliness that all 9s need to be able to defend, and defend with some ferocity as well.
On halfway, Vaughan brought down. Last one, and it's Drinkwater, who knows this ground very well. 2 spells, of course, with with Catalan. Tom Davis. It's been played at some pace, this. I doubt they can keep this up for 80 minutes.
Especially in the heat as well. Well, you got two quality sides going at it. It's perfect for Saturday night evenings.
Garcia. It's interesting that Nicarima hasn't come on. It's Seguier that's come on, and Garcia, who's gone to 9 to replace Da Costa, who's having that head injury assessment. We nearly made a mess of that. So Garcia in the emergency hooker role, which he's filled already this season. And Seguier is on for his 100th career appearance as Farge again on halfway. It's a good take. Catalan's chase is strong, and there wasn't too much there for Matty Ashton. Here is King, coming up for 10 minutes on the clock at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. 0-0, but it's
a good carry there. Fuel is finding space, gets a quick play of the ball. They'll take off here, flood through the middle.
Yeah, Walker and Williams, who did so much damage in that Challenge Cup semi-final last weekend when they demolished the Huddersfield Giants. 2 tackles left in the set. Nicholson, just shy of halfway. Drinkwater again. There's Artem. Oh, good. Well, did he keep hold of that? Just. Well, that was a juggle. That was a juggle and a half, but just hung on to the ball.
He certainly did. Well, this game is of a high quality, set for set. Ever since those opening couple of mistakes, they've just been going at it, trying to feel each other out.
You know, we've talked a lot about Dufty and Williams and Abdul. Not too much has been said about Artem Morg so far tonight, but he's had a stellar season.
He's had a stellar career so far as the 25-year-old. His ability to dance in between defenders. You know, last time they played at home in that 26-0 win at Leeds, 14 points belonged to Artem Morg.
Including a brilliant solo try. Farge goes to the air again, and Matty Ashton under pressure takes it well again. Well, the kicking game at the moment has been won by the Catalan Dragons.
Yeah, I'm liking everything that the Dragons are doing so far. Toby King with an offload, James Harrison with a laboured carry. But the Catalan Dragons are doing everything right. They're putting Warrington Wolves in corners inside that 10 by 10 metre box and just asking them to come all the way up the other end of the field. But it's loose little parts like this that's nearly let them off. Half a chance there.
Dufty it is now. They do like to play with freedom. Drinkwater brought down. Licence to play.
Licence to play, Stuart, absolutely. But I just think for Catalan Dragons, they're putting the ball in the corners, they're doing everything right, but then they're just clocking off 1 or 2 players, just being a little bit loose around the middle, which is allowing George Williams to just advance a little bit further up the field to put that kick in when he could be and should be kicking inside his own 30.
Well, both games have been close. Won by 6 points and 8 points by the Catalan Dragons. Davis. Just shy of halfway. Here's Farr seeing a lot of the ball. Cavallo. Vaughan in there with the tackle along with Ashton, but good run. Good gain by Cavallo. Farge. Bit of space maybe for Abdul. Here is Romano. Good tackle from Williams. Last one, Abdul makes a mistake. Another chance has gone. Remains 0-0. 12 minutes gone.
Yeah, sloppy mistake there from the Dragons on the last.
Well, the news coming in from the sidelines is that Alric Da Costa has failed his HIA. We won't be seeing him again tonight. That's a big blow for Catalan.
Yeah. And they're going to have to do it a little bit tougher now. And the mistake there from Abdul There's no skill about it, it's just concentration. Loses the ball. And James Harrison, well, he's able to pump those legs. What a season he's having. 4 tries so far for the big fella. He's nearly on the 40-metre line.
Steve McNamara was talking before, the Catalan coach, about on evenings like this, ball retention is absolutely key. But neither side has been able to do that.
No, both with 2 errors apiece, but Matt Duffy on the ball now. Oh, he's pulled back there.
Yeah.
Obstruction.
I think so. Duffy thought it was clear. We'll have another look at this, but this is the type of move, this is the type of freedom that Matt Duffy has been given.
Yeah. Just gets called for obstruction in back play. Just the detail, I think it's Theo Fage who was impeded. You know, we talk about mistakes and errors, but detail and attention to detail as well, in timing your run right to make sure that you find space as a lead runner.
I give you one over there. Go.
So the first penalty of the game going the Catalans' way. 14 minutes gone. Are they going to get the first points on the board? No Da Costa for the rest of the game. Garcia will have to do a big stint out of hooker. Abdul now, and Moore comes into the line. As close as Catalan have been. Romano. Abdul once more. Busquets. What a servant Julien Busquets has been for the Catalan Dragons. Garcia, quick hands out to the right. Fage is there. Picked up by Tom Davis. Can only run sideways. Can he find a way through? Roderick Tyne slams him to the ground. Quarter of an hour gone, 0-0. Last tackle. And Tom Johnston is brought down right on the line. We may well have got another opportunity here as Garcia finds Fage looking for a way through. It was a 6 again, 6 to go. That's why the tackle count was quite clean. Tariq Sims
big tackle
close to that line.
Ben Curry, it's going to be a huge play.
Abdul now, I think there's another set restart there. Here's Seguier. Back-to-back 6 again, set restart. Morg is the space for Davis. Good tackle from his opposite number. Ashton there, goes low, brings it to the ground. Quick play the ball by Ikavalu. Right in front of the post. Right on the line.
It doesn't get much
Seguier
closer.
thought he was going to just creep over there. Busquets brought down. Brilliant defence this from Warrington. Back-to-back sets on their own line. Last one now. Garcia. And it's intercepted. A chance now. All the way. Pulis. Has he got the legs? Johnston chasing back. Superb break by Josh Pulis, but brilliant covering from the Catalan defence. It's going to be a penalty, and it could well be. Tom Davis
In the bin.
in the bin, we shall see. Pulis picked it up, and Davis is going to spend 10 minutes in the sin, but he was hanging on too long. He can have no complaints, but one end of the field to the other, and somehow Catalan survives.
Stuart, that was absolutely brilliant there from Warrington Wolves. Survived 17 tackles, and on the 18th, it's Pulis who just comes high, plucks the ball out of the air, races away 60 metres. And Tom Davis, he knows his side of stretch, he knows they're in trouble, and he has to hang on for an eternity. And in doing so, gives away the professional foul, and Chris Kendall right to send him to the bin. Sam Burgess and Gleeson, they all look back on that with immense pride. 3 sets in a row, defending your own line in the heat, scrambling for one another. And it'll probably be the first points of the afternoon here, you would imagine.
Thoroughly enjoy this. It's fast, it's furious, it's intense. It's all that it should be. 2 of the top teams in the competition. The Catalan and their coach, Tom Davies can have no complaints about the sin binning. He may well have saved 4 points. It looks like they're going to concede 2.
Look, yeah, you know, for anyone at home who's bemoaning what Tom Davies did, only tell at the end, you know, because sometimes that might have been the smartest thing of the afternoon if Catalan were to go on and win this game by a very small margin. But geez, Warrington Wolves' defence was brilliant there.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything that Catalan threw at them, as you said. Nearly 3 complete sets on their own line. It's a warm evening in the south of France. Josh Thewlis. I wonder if Warrington solves their goal-kicking problem, their conundrum with Josh Thewlis. We shall see. He's been pretty good since he's taken over the kicking duties on a full-time basis.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of distance here, Stuart, but it's a bread and butter kick for a goal kicker. You can see the pitch is there, pretty much central to the black dot. Maybe be forgiven for that 60-metre break if his legs are a bit heavy here.
So Thewlis to give Warrington the lead. Wow. Just. And that will be a big relief for Josh Thewlis. And a big relief for Warrington. I thought he'd hook that initially, inside of the post. And in.
No, it's no more than what they deserve, Stuart. There hasn't been an awful lot between these two sides. But I'm a big believer that if you're going to defend, and defend like that as a unit, and make some big one-on-one tackles very close to your line, for you to run away up the other end, you know, they probably do deserve that 2-point lead.
In your opinion, in a way, it's a difficult question, because, of course, Warrington won 8 off the bounce, didn't they? 8 straight at the start of last season. What's the difference that you've seen across the field, across the club in Warrington 2023 and Warrington 2024?
I think they have a leader in Sam Burgess who doesn't ask any of his players to do anything that he couldn't do. And I just think they're all excited and they're moving the ball again. Here's a break, here he goes. Good tackle, had to be as well.
Tackle.
Very good tackle.
Brilliant defending. I think it was Johnston there. Ashton came across and was looking for a way through.
But Stuart pulling the trigger on play 2. Again, this side are backing themselves all the way. It makes it incredibly difficult to preview a team when they've got the quality that they have and the ability and the confidence to move the ball. But Tom Johnson and Romano ushering over the sideline. Yeah, fantastic tackle. Yeah.
Winger on winger, 2 of the quickest speed men in the game. So an opportunity here for Catalan to hit straight back. Midway point of a pulsating first half. 2-0 Warrington lead, courtesy of that Thewlis penalty.
Move now! Here. We're here. Go! Go! Tell you again! You've got to be quicker!
Yep. You can hear Chris Kendall saying to Vaughan there, you've got to be quicker to let go, let him get away with that one. Romano brought down. Artem Morg. And Abdul. Tariq Sims, what a big impression the Australian Sims has made this year, veteran of nearly 250 NRL games. They've got another set restart.
There's Paul Vaughan again, Stu.
He was warned.
He was warned, but it's more pressure near their own line. It's the hardest part of the field to defend. They can't keep doing this, the Wolves.
Farge. Abdul now and Romano. Superb tackle from Roderick Ty once more. Defensively, he's been right up there for Warrington. Bousquet in front of the post. They've been forced to do a lot of defending, the Warrington Wolves. Morg now with a little kick through, chases on, and well, Ashton there, pushed behind by Ikavalu. A little bit of drop out from underneath the post.
Yeah, beautiful little kick there. Just slides it through. And Ashton was hoping and praying that the ball would roll over, but he has to make a call, and it's the right one.
We had a bird's eye view
Just puts his body on it under pressure for Mikavalu. And again, it's 6 more for the Wolves to defend.
But they have so far.
Well, I just think it's just as well it's all in that end of the field. Stewart in the shade. Big shot from Vaughan.
And anybody who thought Warrington may have Wembley on their minds, not a bit of it.
No, they're in a game here, no doubt about that. The Dragons have come to play.
But they've been snuffed out so far. Bousquet with the offload for his captain. Garcia. Vaughan as well in there with a tackle along with Harrison. Here's Abdul. Navarrete plays the ball. Farge once more, and Abdul looking for a way. Romano, can he find a way through? It's Morg. Always elusive with the ball, Artem Morg. But again, great defence. Farge has dropped it. He went to pass, he changed his mind, he lost the ball. Warrington look absolutely shattered defending their line, but they should celebrate because they've done it again. Backs against the wall, but they kept the Dragons out.
Yeah, Theo Farge there, he threw the cutout ball, the show and go, and scored the try all in one play. He doesn't execute any of them, then spills the ball. But Warrington just showing that it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be pretty. You've just got to keep putting yourself in the picture. And they turn Catalan Dragons away once again. But this will take the energy out of the Wolves. The amount of weight and the amount of numbers of tackles that they're having to do and where they're having to do them, Stu, makes it very, very difficult towards the back end.
Like what I was asking you before about the difference that Sam Burgess has made, and just hold on a second, Dufty looks for a way through. Talking to someone in the Warrington camp this week, summed it up perfectly for me. He said this team and this club would walk through a wall for Sam Burgess, and he's done that in a very short space of time.
Yeah, there's an awful long way to go, isn't there? Still, that's another decent carry. But just look, you know, Catalan Dragons have had all the field position, all the possession, and look how easy Warrington are able to roll down the field. Here's Ty.
Yep, Roderick Ty can't get the ball away. Was he brought down? Play on, says the referee. Still the last. It'll be a turnover.
Joe Philbin.
Philbin's on, Musgrove is on.
Philbin caught on last. Not ideal for your front rower to end up with the ball, but I think for Warrington, they'll just be happy that they've got a bit of sun on their back, literally. Rather than being stuck in the shade down here 15, 20 metres away. Chris Sate brought onto the field now.
Yeah, as well as Jordan Desiree. Sate has made a big impact off the bench. Desiree has missed the last 3.
Yeah, Sate particularly devastating carries, quick ruck speed as well. 33 minutes off the bench in that home win against the Leeds Rhinos. And Desiree with a solid carry from his first touch.
Here is Sate.
And this is what he does.
And how, and son. 5 years at Hull FC. He's made a big impression early doors here at Catalan. Poor kick this time from Theo Farge. He hasn't got too many wrongs.
Oh, Matt Dufty there, just underneath. Oh, he's come up with an absolute shocker. Matt Dufty. An incorrect play of the ball. And once again, the Wolves are going to find themselves defending in the shady part of the ground. Just the ball just appeared to be stuck to his hand.
Careless.
Perhaps just a sign of the heat kicking in. But they're going to have to be called to do it again. Purges his men, backs to the wall.
But you've got to ask the question, how long can Warrington keep defending with this intensity in this heat? I mean, it's been relentless for the most part, hasn't it? Well, they still lead 2-0, 14 minutes to go to half-time. Here is Sate now, on to do his bit. They'll have to keep an eye on Chris Sate. And also this man, Desiree, two big impact players for the Dragons. Garcia now and Farge. Musgrove with the tackle. Garcia looks left, looks right, goes to the left. Morg now. Morg with a little dummy, he was nearly through. It was well read by George Williams, and it had to be. Still two tackles left in this set. No way through for Chris Satai. Still, this defensive wall will not be breached. Farge put to kick through. That was played at. It may well be another set for the Catalan Dragons. And it is. It was played at by Danny Walker, so they've got to do it again.
Yeah, Danny Walker just sticking his foot out, played at it. And it's 6 more. And if the Warrington Wolves had survived this, well, it's been pretty impressive from what I'm seeing.
Well, it's been relentless from Catalan. Can it be ruthless, or is that a mistake?
Penalty, yeah.
Well, I think it may well have been ripped down. Penalty given to Catalan.
I think that's a really poor and weak choice there that Toby King's made. His middles are working so hard, and he tries to come up with the big play on his own. The one-on-one rip. And he gets it wrong. It's a penalty.
Well, for me, the right decision. No thoughts about going for the kick to make it 2-2. They think they've got...
Well, purely just because of the amount of time.
Yeah, on the back foot.
They are absolutely gassed. They'll be out on the feet at the moment. The legs will be full of lactic. Because how much have they got left in the tank, Stu?
Well, we're going to find out. Garcia and Farge. Maybe space on this left-hand side. Morgan, Romano, but tie again. Brilliant read from the Papua New Guinea ace, Roderick Ty. It's Johnston. And Satai, Chris Satai looking for a way through. The ball comes loose. And is it... And what's the referee giving here? It's difficult to see.
I think he's saying it was pulled out.
Yeah, if it has been pulled out.
And what am I going to say? It's got to be another 6 more to go.
Yeah, let's have a look.
You see Lachlan Fitzgibbon, as he makes the tackle, Satai gets rid of him. And on his way down, he makes a play for the ball and pulls it out. The referee deems that that's come out, but forward off Fitzgibbon, the Australian.
Lachlan Fitzgibbon, great signing he's proved to be. Catalan are back to the full complement. Tom Davis back on after spending 10 minutes in the sin bin. And another set for Warrington to defend. Morg. Well, it looks high.
Look, I think if Catalan Dragon take the 2 points here, Stuart, then I actually think it's a let-off, and I think the Warrington will be delighted with that outcome. But I don't think they will. They have to keep playing, the Dragons. They really do.
A little sidestep.
He's got such good balance.
It was Fitzgibbon he caught out, wasn't it? Not Philbin, who came in for the second challenge.
The longer this goes on as well, the more increasingly frustrated that the Catalan Dragons get. Let's cast our minds back a couple of weeks ago when they were over at Lee. Yes, the scoreline suggested an absolute obliteration. Catalan Dragons had plenty of ball and came up with absolutely nothing.
Well, the referee, Chris Kendall's going to have a word with Lachlan Fitzgibbon. Let's hear what he has to say.
He's been sent to the bin here. Forceful and dangerous is what Chris Kendall said. He said he was more arm than shoulder. And under these new rules, he has no choice.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think he's a bit unfortunate because Morg was falling to the ground. But as you say, under the new rules...
It's all designed to protect the players, Stu. The players know about it.
Them's the rules.
Them's the rules, mate. So they are going to take the 2.
But even so, even if Morg gets this, it's a win for Warrington, isn't it?
Yeah, I really do. I think it is. We'll just chew another minute off the clock. They had them on the ropes. They really did.
Oh, that's Morg. to level up this game. And it is 2 apiece, and Warrington will play the rest of the first half with 12 men. Lachlan Fitzgibbon in the sin bin. 2-all. Warrington have had to defend and defend and defend again, but they have defended.
But all that while, you're right, it's going to take the gas out of Warrington Wolves, and I actually think that looking at the bench and looking at that change and putting Benny Garcia to 9, you know, Jaden Nicarima can cause all sorts of devastation with his footwork and his pace. And I actually believe the longer this goes on, the more it actually becomes exciting for Nicarima when he enters the field, running against some tired bodies.
Join this. 8 minutes to half-time.
And this is what we want, isn't it? 3rd against 4th, a top 4 clash here on Sky Sports on a Saturday evening, and nothing splitting between the two sides on the scoreboard.
Musgrove with the tackle on Desiree. 8 minutes to half-time. Tough to beat in Perpignan, but Warrington are giving it a real go. Satai again, brushes off 1 and 2 and 3 before it takes 3 men to bring him down.
Well, he certainly brought some punch as the big fella. In his 11th appearance this afternoon. They're moving the ball to the left-hand side. Abdul, just a bit of miscommunication on that end. Tariq Sims trying to find space and does so well.
Just walks over Ben Curry, Tariq Sims.
236 games in the NRL, over 13 seasons for Tariq Sims.
Barge. Abdul again. Not seen too much kicking from Jordan Abdul, but he does there, and it's well taken superbly by Josh Thewlis. Barge has done most of the kicking.
Well, they've went down that right edge more often than not, picked off a couple of short side as well, or tried to. And a lot of the kicks, you're right, Stuart. I think there's only been 2 over on this left edge through Abdul. The penalty given away here, that's soft. That's not what they would have wanted or needed.
Well, I would hazard a guess that Warrington has spent 60%, maybe more, of the first half defending their own line. They've not really come close to being at the Catalan end of the field, apart from 1 intercept break by Josh Thewlis, but they're still in this, and they deserve to be in it.
Yeah, and it's the defence that's doing it for them. You know, I can't even think of them having to play the ball inside the opposition 20 metres from the try line. This whole game has been pretty much played to the left as we look at the screen now.
6 minutes to half-time.
Well, this would be a huge moment if the Warrington Wolves could find a try against all the odds, against all the work that they've had to do. It really hurt the Dragons, it would. Burgess looks on.
Gotta be happy. Duffy looking for a way through.
Oh, good read there from Tom Johnson, had to be.
On time. Thewlis, who had that 70-yard intercept. Williams with a little kick over the top, could be dangerous. Taken well by Davis. Well, George Williams, you know, has been quiet. Has been really quiet. We've hardly seen George Williams in the first half. Well, we saw him there.
He's came up with some big tackles already, but that is exactly what George Williams brings. Dissecting the back three, finding an acre of space, and just a gorgeous bit of weight on it. And now Warrington Wolves, they get an opportunity with 5 minutes left on the clock to put a bit of pressure, some rare pressure in this game, onto the home side. A brilliant kick from Williams.
That's why he's arguably the best halfback in the competition at the moment. Here is Dufty. Brought down by Desiree and Satai. Powell. And Drinkwater, and here is Williams.
Oh, just dipping.
Yeah, just couldn't keep his footing. Thewlis. But yet a chance. Williams and Philbin. Still a couple of tackles left. 4 minutes to half-time. What a time it would be to score. Drink water. Ashton out on the far side. But no joy. Farge with the tackle. Williams again digs a little kick over.
Yeah, it's this time it's the Dragons' turn to defend well, and defend well as a unit.
Abdul.
Both edges were tested and they answered what Warrington had for them. And Abdul there just plucks George Williams' kick as they looked to cross 20 metres away from their own end through Davis. Really enjoyed this first 40.
The Warrington's record not great against the top sides in Super League. They really do have an opportunity to put a marker down, but Far's trying to do that. Cavallo gets the ball out, but it goes forward, and again Warrington defensively survive. Catalan going for broke in the closing stages of the first half.
And again, it's that right edge. They're just picking it off at the moment. They've obviously seen some frailties there. But Seguier trying to offload with Powell all over him. And the Frenchman just coughs up the ball. But crucially, gives Warrington another little look in this next set of 6. We'll get into the half of the Dragons once more.
Well, let's see, here's Roderick Ty. George Williams been superb defensively, as we mentioned, seen little of him with the ball, but you just know that you cannot keep your eye off George Williams, because he will produce something at some stage. Musgrove scored a try against the Dragons in the defeat at the Halliwell Jones. Shout for a forward pass. Not given. Curry with the offload. Always trying to offload.
There's trouble.
Dusty will surely have to go to ground. Does go to ground.
Wanted to get back to the centre of field, but couldn't because of Matty Nicholson.
A little bit of Asters. A little bit of fire in the belly. Not wrong with that. 90 seconds to half-time. Powell trying to move that ball quickly on the last. Williams gets the ball out, and there's nothing doing for Ben Curry. It's Catalan's turn to defend. Job done.
And important tackles as well. Desperate defence from the Dragons. George Williams just taking it to the line. Gets past one. And a beautiful tackle from Cavallo on Ben Curry. Just to turn the ball over 10 metres away from their own end, and you would imagine with 50 seconds left on the clock, there'll be nothing between these two, a stalemate, and an exciting 40 ahead of us.
Spot on. You mentioned Cavallo, great tackle. He does a lot of work, you know. He's a top player, Matty Cavallo. 30 seconds to the break. Farr trying a little trick, not too sure about that. Always dangerous, Matty Ashton, and Farr's putting it right by chasing him and bringing him down.
Maybe just trying to find a bit of space and someone clocking off. You're right, Matty Ashton been in sensational form over the last couple of seasons. And Dufty, well, he'll just try a chip over the top himself and back his speed.
Well, why not? Morg, though, is first to it. Worth doing there from Matt Dufty. Arthur Morg wins the race. A pulsating first 40 minutes at the start. Gilbert Brutus, but we can't split them. Warrington have been forced to defend for large parts of the first half, but they have defended superbly. A penalty from Josh Thewlis midway through the half gave Warrington the lead. Arthur Morg 10 minutes later tied it all up, and at half-time it's Catalan 2, Warrington 2.
Yeah, Yes, thank you very much, Stuart. No tries, 2 penalties, 2 cards, plenty of talking points. We're going to do it all very shortly. The Catalan Dragons and Warrington Wolves have gone head-to-head in the south of France, and they're locked up at 2 points apiece after 40 minutes. Jamie Jones Buchanan's thoughts on the way after this. It's been a masterclass in defence from both sides. Catalan Dragons repelling everything the Warrington Wolves threw at them, and then a Sam Burgess-inspired defensive effort from the Wolves, keeping out the best of the Dragons. Crack what has so far been an impregnable Warrington Wolves defence, but there is nothing between the sides as we go back to our commentary team for this one. Stuart Pike, take it away.
And we're promising you tries in the second half, Brian, honest we are, but you know, even without a touchdown in that first 40 minutes, it was still a cracking game. Can't take your eyes off this. 2 apiece. Saints 18 points, 12 played. Wigan 16, 10 played. Warrington and Catalan 16 points, 11 played, separated by points difference. So the winners will go level with St Helens at the top of Super League as we get the second half underway. If it's half as good as the first 40 minutes, it's going to be terrific watch. 2-2, all to play for. Can Catalan make it 3 out of 3 against the Wolves in 2024? Or can Warrington get that elusive victory? They won here twice last year in the league and in the Challenge Cup, but it would put down a big marker for me. Just make a big statement for Sam Burgess and his team if they can get the job done today.
Yeah, it'll be another huge tick in the box, Stuart. For the Catalan Dragons, they just need to be a bit more clinical, a bit better in that final third of the field. They had plenty of possession, plenty of territory as well, but came away with nothing. But I do think, though, that Warrington Wolves, if they play in the same manner, i.e. giving away 6 agains and penalties and turning over possession near their own end, then they will pay for it.
Abdul gets the kick away. Watched well and watched closely by Matt Duffy.
Oh, good step.
Skewless it is, and he was nearly clear, wasn't he?
Duffy and Fulis there, linking up in backfield. And the footwork from Fulis. He's just able to roll down another 30 metres. Toby King now straightens up.
A great opening set to the second half. Powell. And Williams nearly through. 2 left in this set. Fitzgibbon. Well, they've gone from one end of the field to the other. And on the last, Drinkwater arrows the kick towards its near side, and it's taken well by Johnston. Just,
I think he's lost the ball as well.
I think he may well have lost the ball. He has lost the ball in taking that.
A perfect set from the Wolves. A couple of breaks in there through Fulis and Fitzgibbon, and then the kick on the end there. The chase, Rodri, Fulis.
Warrington's best set of this game.
You would have to say so, yeah. And it wasn't anything pretty or flash. It was just decent carries, one-on-one isolating defenders. Jordan Abdul, and he's tasked now with kicking this ball as far away from possible.
So, a real opportunity for Warrington at the start of this second half. Duffy with the first charge. Musgrove does well. Garcia brings him down with a little bit of help from Desiree. Williams, that's a great ball.
It's there again. They showed that move earlier, and they've done it again.
Well, the important tackling was from Ball, but Williams would go for the line! And George Williams, he was quiet in the first half, but you cannot keep him quiet for long. And George Williams with the first try. Warrington hit the front. What a start to the second half.
Yeah, you're right. What a start it is from Warrington Wolves. And George Williams, well, he was all over everything good in those 2 sets. The short passes, to Lachlan Fitzgibbon in the set before, created the field position for that kick to force the error from Tom Johnson. And it's again that sequence of Williams and Fitzgibbon that creates the devastation in and around Catalans' line. Williams stays alive and benefits from a simple score, but some questionable defence from Catalan Dragons those first two sets. There was some worrying signs. A couple of missed tackles in there, a couple of loose ones as well, and the Wolves have made them pay.
George Williams, the man of the moment. And he finds a way, 6 points to 2. It all came off the back of that splendid is a good word, but it was a splendid opening set, Kyle, and it all stemmed from the initial break from Josh Hewlett, who set up the momentum, and they just got a roll on, didn't they? Built up a head of steam, then they got the goal line drop out, and then they got the try.
Yeah, perfect way to start the second half. Away from home.
Let's see if Josh Hewlett can add the extras. Midway between the touchline and the post, it looks pretty good to me. It's very good. And Warrington lead by 8 points to 2.
Yeah, George Williams staying alive. It's Matt Duffy for his 9th try assist. And George Williams, his 6th of the season. And look what it means to the fans. They've travelled in numbers with hope. The scoreboard sits 8 points to 2. You mentioned him pre-game. George Williams is a quality individual, a smooth operator. He's came up with a big score.
Well, he's now scored in 6 of the last 7 games, George Williams.
A penny for your thoughts for the Dragons, Stu.
Well, looking a bit rocked there. Joe Philbin there, just got a blow. I'm not sure he can play the ball. And they're going to just have a close look in. No point in taking any chances. Philbin looking a little groggy.
You can't decide whether he's saying it's his groin or his head. Those kick-off carries are very difficult. But I think it's more his groin. There's no suggestion there's anything in and around his head. And he got up gingerly, holding that groin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got you, Jack. Thank you.
And he won't want to leave the field, that's for sure.
Danny Walker and Max Wood. Max Wood yet to get on the field.
Another of the Warrington teenagers, Max Wood, 19 years of age, another highly rated by Sam Burgess. Certainly not afraid to give the kids a chance.
Yeah, it's a big confidence boost for him, for young Max Wood, in a game of this magnitude, to be named in the 17. As Sam Powell looks to move the ball with a bit of width there. It's Ben Curry who just decides to cross over from 30 metres away from his own line.
And don't forget, you know, Stefan Ratchford cannot get in this team. He's 18th man again. I mean, what a stalwart Ratchford has been for Warrington over the last decade or so.
He's been an incredible servant, not only to the Warrington Wolves, but for Super League in general, his time at Salford as well. But that's what it's all about. Those sides that want to get on and win titles, they have to have a big squad, a competitive squad as well. And sometimes big players have to be left out.
Kabali. Nikarima taking over a dummy half. Garcia. Satai. Oh. It's just good to watch, isn't he?
Well, he's a wrecking ball, gets rid of Lachlan Fitzgibbon and then Toby King. Fitzgibbon has a second bite.
There's a rear. That's a great offload for Garcia, well read by Curry. Ben Curry did really well there. But it is the last one. Abdul, they'll run it with Morg. Morg with a dummy, gets the ball out. Brilliant defence again from Warrington. as Romano managed to get the ball down. Romano reckons he scored. Warrington reckon they kept him out. All the drama again at the start of the second half. Which way is Chris Kendall going to go? No try. The video ref is Jack Smith, and we'll have a look at this. Did Romano manage to squeeze through and score? Or has Warrington's defensive heroics struck again?
I thought Romano got that ball down. My initial reaction, it's not that point there. Right, on that evidence, it looks like he's held up, and if he is, it's an incredible tackle. I think it's Matty Nicholson who's under the pile of human rubble. The picture at the end, I just thought that he had that ball down on the floor, and he's sent up as no try. There's not one angle there that suggests that it's anything other. Late. I might be wrong, my initial reaction there, George Williams, of the bravery that he shows to dig right in the line. Tariq Sims, he hits him, and if that had been looked at, maybe, just maybe, there might have been more, but it doesn't matter now. That's a good
That was
hit
Satay,
there.
that was Curry. Curry comes off the worst of that one. Well, this is superb. Literally one end to the other. Davis played the ball quickly. Couple of tackles left here for the Catalan Dragons in this set. Here is Desiree.
No, he's lost the ball there.
Lost the ball.
He tries to use the ball carrying arm there on Paul Vaughan.
And Warrington have it back, and it's play on. You cannot take your eyes off this.
This is end to end. It really is high quality stuff in terms of entertainment. Matty Ashton, there's some tired bodies out there now for both sets. And 50 minutes on the clock.
Williams doing the hard work, doing the hard yards from dummy half. Here's try, separating the sides. Musgrove, as always, looking to offload. Sims brings him down. Powell again. Williams kicked through towards the line. Chased back by Davis. Just Tom Davis gets there before Matty Ashton. There was half a second in it.
Oh, it was a brilliant kick from George Williams, perfect weight, and then it just took a turn, didn't it? And Matty Ashton chasing down hard. A shot there from Fitzgibbon, he comes off second best, and sat almost pointing and laughing. Not too sure about that.
Well, they're taking the time, they're just gathering their collective breaths, and Abdul eventually gets the drop out away. What a game this has been so far. Still got half an hour, give or take, to go. Warrington leading by 8 points to 2. Musgrove has made a difference as he's come on.
Is this the set where the Wolves land a sucker punch to the Dragons? It looks like Romano's left the field.
Yep, he has. Busquets come on for him. Another rejig for Catalan.
Again, we're seeing that combination of Williams and Fitzgibbon isolating defenders one-on-one.
Here's Drinkwater. Williams again.
Oh, he's everywhere.
He is pulling the strings, but that wasn't the best of passes. It didn't really leave Josh Hewless with far to go. But it's Johnston who knocks on. It may well have come off the knee, I think, of Hewless. And Johnston knocking on. Let's confirm that.
Well, sometimes you get lucky in games, and the pass from Williams, after we just paid him credit, wasn't where it needed to be, and it comes off the knee or the thigh of Hewless. And Tom Johnson can't take it in, and he knows that could be costly. You just get a sense, don't you, Stuart, that Warrington are on the cusp of getting over once more.
Absolutely. The M word, momentum. And it's with the Warrington Wolves in the second half. A lovely late evening in the south of France. They flew out to Perpignan on Monday. Just a few hours after winning their Challenge Cup semi-final. They're in the lead, they're looking to for more. Williams looking to go through. And I think that's a penalty.
Yeah.
It is a penalty. Yep. right in front of the post, and surely
Well, they've got to knock it over for another
there's
two.
only one answer.
Absolutely, Stuart. Taking points on offer, such a difficult place to come. We referenced it before the game. But Warrington have only won 4 games in the last 20 against what you would call the big three. Saints, Wigan, and here at the Catalan Dragons. And just nudging that scoreboard over creates scoreboard pressure. It takes it from a 6-point ball game into an 8, which means the Dragons have to find 2 tries if they're going to go on to win this game. And time is ticking away.
Well, this has been Paul Vaughan, taken well by Tom Davis. It was a really good kick. It was taken virtually on his own line.
Yeah, a solid end to the set with boot. He's playing the territory game. Warrington know they don't need to go and win this game again.
You remember those back-to-back defeats against Lee and Wigan, conceding 30 points, not scoring a try. They had quite a lot of the ball in both games as well and came up empty, didn't they? Is it going to be the same story but on home soil, where they've won all 6 Super League games so far this season?
And that's a better carry there from Navarrete. Back out there. Gets his side 15 metres, tackle 5, Abdul.
Into the sun. Thewlis goes up.
He's been fantastic this afternoon, Josh Thewlis.
Reliable.
He's been more than reliable. He's caught everything and he's returned the ball with interest. You know, you go back to the intercept and then the break in the first half. Sorry, in the second half, right at the beginning of it.
Just shy of halfway. Fitzgibbon a dummy half on the last. Seguier is off. Satai is on.
Oh, it's in no man's land here.
Yes, it's a big kick. It's a good kick, and Moore taps it back eventually for Johnston. Everybody was leaving it to everybody else. That includes the Warrington attacking line.
George Williams, he didn't get the cleanest kick away. And nobody was at home, nobody wanted the ball. Landed in that no man's area. Sometimes they can come up chumps for you.
Great defence again. Vaughan it was on Sims. Bousquet. Farge now. They need something. Ikavalu nowhere to go. It was Drinkwater and King making the tackle. Farge does get the kick away. Dusty watched it well. His opposite number, Artem Moore, brings it down. We're approaching the hour mark in Perpignan. And Warrington leading 10-2.
Yeah, a fairly conservative set there from the Dragons, just coming away from their own end. Nothing fancy, just single carries, and this could be a problem. Ashton just holding his ankle. It looks okay. And I don't think it's panic stations yet for the Dragons to start rolling the dice. You get a sense that a little bit of second phase, an offload in there, here and there, would certainly help them.
Don't forget 2 huge games on Sky Sports involving the top 4 next weekend. Warrington taking on Wigan, St Helens up against the Catalan Dragons. Williams on halfway. Taking the sting out of it, picked up by Artem Moore. George Williams, the only try scorer. It's a good chase.
Yeah, 2 huge games coming up for these sides after this. A dress rehearsal for the Challenge Cup final. Be interested to see how both sides approach that in Wigan and Warrington. And of course, you mentioned, Stu, St Helens, the Bailey brothers locking horns for the first time in the Super League.
There's Curtis Sirinen. Bailey Sirinen. Sirinen the younger Catalan player missed the game between Catalan and Saints in Perpignan early this season.
This is better.
Fage and Desiree. Well, they've got to go for it because the way that they're playing at the moment, they don't look like scoring. They really don't.
Well, I think they're just happy to get through the sets and hope that they can contain Warrington, but the chase like that.
Dufty.
It's brave from Dufty. But that kick there from Fage, just look what it does. It brings them 5 metres away from their own end, and they've got an opportunity, if they want it, to aim up defensively. And make sure that they get the ball back and just set by set, inch their way down the field.
For all the pressure, the possession, the ball, the domination, the closest they've come to a try was in this second half, and Romano was denied by the video referee. Looked like he was short of the try line.
Oh, he was denied because there was 3 green shirts underneath the ball. Oh, that hasn't worked that time.
No.
Bit of miscommunication there between Drinkwater and Fitzgibbon.
First mistake, really, first big error of the second half from Warrington. 18 minutes for Catalan to find something from somewhere. Not once, but twice. Warrington leading 10-2. Fabulous game of rugby league by 2 of the top quality sides in the competition. Here is Tariq Sims. Where's the magic going to come from? Bousquet. Offload for Fage, out to the back door, and Morg. Ikevalu. That came off a Warrington hand. That will be another set right on the try line. Got a bit of luck as Davis is brought down that Catalan maybe need. Defending to do here for Warrington. Abdul looking for a way through. Garcia at dummy half, goes on his own. Ben Garcia spotted a gap and well read again. Nicholson under that pile once more.
Ben Garcia
he was
just trying to find someone clocking off. They've got 2 players left here of the Dragons. Bousquet
just about holds on. Julien Bousquet right in front of the post. The offload. Satai now looking for a way through. Satai and Desiree. The ball goes backwards.
Well, they're going to get this.
Warrington got it back. Ashton couldn't quite hold on to it. It's harem scarem rugby league at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. It may be another set here. Another complete set for the Dragons on the Warrington line. Morg now. Morg arrows his way towards the corner. He's brought down. The clock is ticking. 16 minutes to go. Catalan have to score twice. Sims loses the ball. That was a great challenge. Dufty picks it up. And Warrington defensively, Sam Burgess must be absolutely ecstatic with the way that his team have kept Catalan at bay. Another crunching tackle, forcing the error. 3 sets they defended again on their own line.
Yeah, it's deja vu for Sam Burgess and the Wolves just watching on. And it's Paul Vaughan who just puts an enormous shot under the ball to Paul Seguier. And Danny walking out in behind the ruck, pinches 15 metres.
Dangerous. But he's done that all year.
It's another loose pass there from Josh Drinkwater. They get away with that one.
Yep, King to the rescue. Here is Harrison. Yeah, on the last, the ball goes for Ashton, gets the ball back, and it's picked up by Ikevalu. Just for a second, it looked like Ashton was going to make it.
And he just ran out of room. and felt the heat coming. He decides to throw the ball back into the field. But it's Ikevalu who reacts first. And there's not much in this at all. There's another try coming, surely.
Navarrete, the man brought down. Tom Davis takes play into the Warrington half. And already it's the last chance. As Adler goes high, very high, and Dufty comes in.
Great take.
Under pressure there from Nicarima, but he watched that every way.
That's a brilliant take. He starts off with the sun in his eyes and then gets underneath the ball as it just drops into the shaded area. It's a brilliant take from Dufty. I think Dufty and Fulis being exceptional, diffusing kicks, but not only that, Stuart, then on the flip side, they're returning it with interest and creating momentum. "13 minutes for Catalan. Another big game. Paul Vaughan. Oh, good shot there. Desiree offloaded well.
It was. The ball goes backwards. Was it backwards from Ashton? Bobbles along the ground. Play on. Sam Burgess will be feeling this. He'll be playing it all, won't he? Every single second. But his team are 13 minutes away from a famous win in the south of France.
Well, the ends to the sets are just getting a bit scruffy in the last 5 minutes. Both teams desperate. Morgan's looked lively all night. He's off on another run.
That's a great ball for Nicarima, and he was nearly through. With Nicholson again, right place, the right time, and making the important tackle.
Well, there's been some noise around Matty Nicholson and his future. Touted for the NRL, it wouldn't surprise me. A quality player.
And he has big quality.
And still very young.
Satai! Offload, picked up by Morg, but it went forward, and Warrington celebrates again.
Well, just look at how many of the players, all those forwards are just hunched over, just trying to suck some oxygen in. And while some of them are celebrating, there's some pain in that defensive line for the Wolves, but they're turning up. And that'll be the most pleasing part. We've referenced it all 17 minutes almost. The defensive attitude has been top-notch. A lot has been made about the Warrington Wolves attack. And Sam Burgess said about it in his interview with Sam Tompkins, but it's his defensive part that's been really pleasing him, but none more so than this. This is their best defensive performance under Burgess, no doubt about that.
Without a doubt. This and what they produced against Saints in the Challenge Cup. Walker again with that, the big yards from dummy half. 11 minutes between Warrington and a big win in the south of France.
He's still wanting to play, pulling the trigger.
They are, Duffy and Ty. Here is Skewless once more. Has the confidence, has the belief. Little over 10 minutes to go. Walker, it goes back. Drinkwater and Williams. It's Ashton! It's Ashton! It's Ashton for the corner! It's Ashton for the try! And is it Ashton for the win? A bit of luck, the ball bouncing along the ground. But Matty Ashton in the right place at the right time. It's all smiles for Warrington. They're on course for a big, big win in Perpignan.
Well, this is a team in white-hot form. Stuart, their ability to defend and then go up the other end of the field. Yes, they get a little bit of luck with that ball. Can't defend a bouncing ball. You get told that from 9 years old. But the space that they create for Matty Ashton, there's nobody in front of him. And look at the delight on his face. And Warrington know that this is a huge win in the context of their season. Bigger games ahead, for sure. But question marks for the Dragons. Their attack has been way off.
As it has in 3 of the last 4 games. At Wigan, they scored 2 points. At Lee, they scored 2 points. At home here against Warrington, they scored just 2 points.
Well, of course, Mickey McLaurin, we're still yet to see Manu Mao and Takiaho. I'm not too sure that even those 3 fix up the problems that the Dragons have got, particularly in between that spine.
I've got to ask you, how much has the loss of Alric de Costa after just 5 minutes to a head injury had an effect?
Well, it certainly meant a rotation, there's no doubt about that one. Benny Garcia jumped from loose forward into that 9 role, but it's not like he's not played there before. And we've yet to see young Max Wood, so you could argue that it's really been 16 on 16. But there was disruption beforehand as well to Mike McMeekin. But take nothing away, you can make all the excuses you want, but if you're going to be a top side in this tough, vigorous nature of competition that is Super League, you're going to have to find a way to win.
Well, have Warrington this season and over the last 2 or 3 weeks convinced you they are a top side?
I think so. I think without getting too carried away, those fans are certainly enjoying it. They're into a Challenge Cup final. They've came here sitting 3rd, and they now get themselves another 2 points and keep themselves in touch of St Helens and Wigan.
Hasn't missed a kick so far, Josh Pulis. Has that got enough curve? It hasn't, but it's 14 points to 2. 9 minutes to score 2 converted tries, just to level it up now for the Catalan Dragons. It'll keep being mentioned. It was mentioned by you and the boys in the studio at the start. 69 long years since Warrington won a title. Is Sam Burgess going to be the magic man to help turn them into champions? We shall see.
Well, what a story that would be for Sam Burgess, his debut season as a coach. But I've no doubt that he won't get carried away because of moments like this.
Ikabalu now. They've got to score twice. They've got to convert the tries. The short kick-off paying off. Is Morg into space on the far side.
You just look at the numbers there in rescue.
Nowhere for Johnston to go.
As soon as that ball's over the top, there's 4 green shirts ready in loop.
Was Matty Nicholson one of them?
Matty Nicholson,
Again.
George Williams, no, Matty Nicholson being exceptional defensively. And they've got it all to do here. There's 2 plays to go, and they're 9 metres away through Abdul. Now Farge.
Farge looking for a way through.
Oh, it's a penalty as well. Malcolm Fitzgibbon just catches Farge as he does a show and go.
Yeah.
But Farge,
He was falling down, so just a penalty. And more defending. They've got to score on this set, you feel.
absolutely do.
7 minutes to go. Navarrete can't offload. Garcia and Farge. Abdul getting involved. Williams again with the tackle. Helped by Ty. Bousquet looking for a way forward, looking for a way to offload. All wrapped up. It was Curry who stopped him from getting the ball away. Farge now is the hope for Catalan. There might be in the corner with Davis. And Tom Davis keeps the game alive. Keeps Catalan in with a chance. With 6 minutes to go, Farge with the pass. It all came from the short kick-off after the Warrington try. But Tom Davis with a big score. And we're going to have a fabulous finish. Catalan ain't finished yet.
Well, we need this conversion to go over to set this game alight inside the final 6 minutes. But the space on the outside is created because the Warrington Wolves defence are just too tight in and around the ruck. You actually see Matt Duffy screaming to open up. He's trying to push players to the left-hand side, but they don't move, they don't react quick enough. And the net result is that Davis is being able to get on the outside of Ashton to put that ball down. Huge kick here for Artie Morg, Stuart.
Huge kick, absolutely. To reduce the gap to just 6 points more off the touchline.
Oh, he's got it.
What a kick. What a kick from Artie Morg. Fabulous from the young French fullback. And all of a sudden, Warrington thought, we may have thought they had the game won, not a bit of it. 14-8 and a rip-roaring 5 minutes to come.
Oh, it's a pulsating end to this game. A game that now threatens to go the distance.
The 2 games so far this season, well, I mean, you talk about a fixture anomaly. 3 times in the first 12 weeks of the season in Super League. Won the first 2 games by Catalan by 6 points and 8 points. Steve McNamara said in his pre-match interview he wouldn't be surprised if it's a 1-score game. And it is a 1-score game, but it isn't over as Navarrete rolls over Harrison.
Oh, the Dragons have got the wind in the sails. Ben Curry's attempt on Chris Sate wasn't what it needed to be. Navarrete takes over.
Bousquet now, up to halfway. We've got less than 5 minutes to go.
Halfway line in 3 tackles.
Here is Navarrete once more. The big props doing what they have to do. Abdul runs to the line. Sims slips. It is the last one, and Abdul with a little kick towards the line. Taken well by Dufty. It bounced awkwardly. He did well there, Matt Dufty, under big pressure.
He certainly did. He almost had his pocket pinched. And he does enough. Oh, it's a big shot. On time from Sate, and he rides it so well.
Loving this. What a finish we're going to have.
What a game this has been.
4 minutes. Can Warrington hang on? Fitzgibbon brought down. They were looking for a set restart. They don't get one. Toby King with the experience, just taking the ball, making 7 or 8 yards from dummy half, wasting a few valuable seconds. You feel Catalan are going to get one more big opportunity. Walker with the kick.
That is
what
a brilliant
kick
play
from Walker. Look where Morgan's taken it, and he hasn't. He knocks on right on his own line. He lost concentration. He was looking for the chasers. He shakes his head. Is that the game? Artie Morg with the error. What a kick from Walker. But look, oh, look at that.
Oh, it's a shocker from Artie Morg, he's been exceptional this evening. But the kick from Walker, the tackle for kick, was exactly what the Warrington Wolves needed in that moment. Such an intelligent play. He gets lucky, of course, through Artie Morg's skill that lets him down. But just the awareness, the understanding from Danny Walker to know what was needed. A brilliant play.
It's just been great entertainment, hasn't it? 2 of the very best teams in the competition going toe-to-toe for 80 minutes. Fabulous. Can Warrington finish with a flourish? Here is Walker from the back of the scrum. It was his kick that forced the error from Morg. Powell now, and Harrison right in front of the post. There's a bit of afters there. Sims involved, Curry involved, Powell having words.
Oh, it's when Danny Walker plays the ball, there's a little bit of afters there, and there's a slap.
Garcia, wasn't it?
From Garcia. And Walker takes a little bit of exception. And you just wonder whether Chris Kendall, look, it's minimal, isn't it? It is. But however, if we're going to go with the rules and how we've went about the game, look, I actually think it's a bit... It's not like Benny Garcia, he's a tough competitor, and he's better than that, if I'm honest. There's no need It doesn't even hurt him.
No, it was hardly even.
It was pointless.
Yeah. Garcia has been pulled out by Chris Campbell. Let's see what he's going to say. It's going to, whatever, it's going to be a penalty to Warrington, and it's going to be the game to Warrington.
It's a disappointing way.
It's going to be a penalty. We're going to have about a minute left after the kick ball in the tap. Let's think about what we're doing now. Think about next week and think about what's coming. Right? It's a penalty to Warrington.
Good refereeing from Chris Campbell. It is a penalty to Warrington, and it is the game because Josh Thewlis will take the two.
It's just a disappointing way to end what has been a fantastic contest between two sides that have went at it. But overall, it's the Warrington Wolves who come out of this game covered in glitter. An exceptional win. You would imagine where this ball is that Thewlis will knock this over to make this 16-8 and pretty much cap off what has been an incredible week for the club.
Yeah, and they've got two huge games to come. Wigan, massive game at the Halliwell Jones next weekend, and a little matter of Wigan in the Challenge Cup final at Wembley.
What a final that promises to be, Stuart.
Yeah, in a fortnight's time. Well, Catalan go to St Helens, injury hit St Helens next week. Saints doing a job on Leeds, and Warrington here are doing and have done a job on Catalan.
Oh, that attack on this middle third of the season like a house on fire. George Williams, another stellar performance from him, and I really like what Matt Duffy once again has brought to the party, and Josh Thewlis. I think he's been brilliant out of backfield.
George Williams, the player of the match. Can't argue with that. Thewlis then, just to confirm, a superb Warrington victory. They've lost twice already to the Catalan Dragons this season, but that is it. 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds to go. The influence of George Williams has been there for all to see again. You were talking before, if he is the highest paid player in Super League, he's worth every penny. Well, he has been this year. Warrington have gone to Perpignan and they have done a job on the Catalan Dragons, who will lose their 100% home record in Super League. They were 6 out of 6 before today. They go for another short kick-off. They'll come up with the ball, but it won't matter with 20 seconds to go. 16 points to 8. And Warrington thoroughly deserving their win at the Stade Gilbert Brutus.
Yeah, 2 points in a very difficult place to come. You mentioned that their 100% record is now gone. But the Dragons, they have done it tough. They have lost a lot of people in this game through injury, but ultimately, that first 40, their attack wasn't there, Stuart, just wasn't.
And Warrington celebrate a huge win against the Catalan Dragons. It was 2-2 at half-time. We had a fabulous second 40 minutes. George Williams, he pulled the strings, he scored the opening try. Then Matty Ashton sealing it 10 minutes from the end. Tom Davies scored, set up a thrilling finale. But Warrington weren't to be denied. And they joined Saints on 18 points at the top of Super League. What a week they've had. They're going to Wembley and they're going to the top of Super League. And they've beaten Catalan in a thriller by 16 points to 8.
Stuart, thank you very much. Ben Curry, Chris Sate, Matt Duffy, Tarek Sims in conversation after what must have been, in those conditions, a grueling 80 minutes. But it's an 80 minutes that I think has franked, has rubber stamped Warrington Wolves' transition and title credentials.
Absolutely, the best of rubber stamps as well. The authenticity, validity around their claim that they're going to be one of the title contenders this year. And for me, Brian, I think they are in the top two. And we haven't seen them play Wigan yet, but we've got a mouth-watering couple of weeks to look forward to, haven't we? But credit to Catalan Dragons, you know, in the dying moments there, you fancy them to come back, come up with something. Arthur Mogg at the back end of the field there in his pocket comes up with the error, and just that's the game to bed. But all the Catalan Dragons fans that are in the stadium, do I ask them, have you got your pennies worth this afternoon? And I think they'd all agree they have.
You make